Right, lads, welcome to the Indian territory. We start as the puppets of the Americans. And with this new patch, it's rather tricky to sort of get out of it at all. So we'll see what we can do. Can you tell that I'm at a loss? We have a population of 62,000 people, including 46,000 dependents. Okay, so that's not great. We have an infrastructure of 4. No sort of meaningful resources besides coal and logging camps. So we have no iron. And we're going to try and see what we can do to split off from the United States of America. No idea how I'm going to do this one. It might take a couple of tries. I think probably nation ruining the US and starting as them. Probably a good idea. But we shall see. Also, I would like to point out that I submitted an assignment this morning. I have bags under my eyes. I have not slept. Well, to be fair, no, that's not true. I slept about 3-4 hours. I've been working on this assignment for the last few days. Probably should have been working a little bit longer. Let me show you my notes. This is my notepad. Ignore the chicken scroll. But these are the... Let me find the exact page. These are notes that I took in the last 3 days. So that is the folder. That's the part I haven't taken notes on. These are all... but wait, there's more. So, yeah, very tired. And I decided to pick one of the hardest challenges in the game. But that's fine. Let's see what we can get up to. Okay, so I'm going to do it again. But this time without the historical flavor mod. Because I realized that people are going to get upset about it. If I actually manage to pull this up. Right, we need to go cotton gin first, because that gives us additional throughput for our cotton plantations. Ultimately, the same strat. The fact we have closed borders is bad. Okay, we need the industrialists in charge. Who else would open the borders? This lot. Because we need to attract people. Petit bourgeoisie. And I can't get any of those. Literally, all the 3 that I need are the 3 that have 0 power. You're only supporting them because their flag's the inverse of yours, America. We need romanticism to advance any of our laws, so let's start going for that. Standard of living needs to go up. I don't know how to do this. Right, we really got to min-max our economy here. I know that's, oh, zooming in. Not used to being able to go in that far. Okay, you get on for a sec. In the meantime, let's increase our cotton plantations. I think cotton, logs, and textile mills. And then we go furniture. Because if we're prioritizing... God, it's taking out the Sioux. If we're prioritizing not industrial capabilities, but instead standard of living, which actually right now is number 18, then we can get migration, as I see my standard of living. What the hell happened? Why did it suddenly collapse? I'm assuming it's because... What the hell happened here? I hate being dependent on another nation. I enjoy the fact that, like, in real life, some people will be... along the lines of, oh, you know, cooperation between nations is great, free trade, this sort of stuff. And then we're in a grand strategy game. It just takes all the humanism out of it. You know, you just don't care anymore. Oh, what's that? In EU4, quarantine the port and let them die. Do not care. Is that slavery? If it's good for my like, it's just, it's horrifying that you can just sort of dehumanize, which, I mean, it's great. It's a video game at the end of the day. But I suppose a lot of people don't really think of it as video games. That's why you get a lot of articles, about like, oh, is it poisoning taxes in Oklahoma? I'm assuming because of infrastructure. Yeah, okay. Well, I should be using my decrees anyway. What's my GDP like? Is it all... Okay, it's fabric, so resource-based economy. Yeah, what the hell do I do now? I can't really... Nice, out of 6. Perfect. You just don't have people. Check everyone in the cotton plantations. I hate to do this, but we might have to, like, go straight for the slave trade because it gets people in. And this is what I mean. Ladies and gentlemen, I feel at this time it is very necessary for me to point out these are not my real-world values. I'm trying to get this number to go up. That's it. We're gonna get romanticism. Okay, we've gone up to almost pre-war level. Gotta make sure our migration is never in the negative. The issue is we're gonna have to take out the landowners as a political force. I mean, our population has gone up quite a bit. No one appears to want to work. Now the slave trade. Should mean that we're importing slaves, yeah. This is not good. People per capita is high. So is our standard of living. Now we're gonna make some wheat farms. If I make the meat farms, that would be bad because we're gonna cannibalize our own product. Can you tell that I've just finished writing a marketing essay? Basically, it'll have them competing for each other, but this one's more effective. It doesn't actually work like that in the game, but it'll work in real life. And well, I've just spent several days and multiple sleepless nights on this essay, so I'll use some of the knowledge. God damn it, even if I fail the essay. Bear in mind, if I fail a single one of my modules, I fail the entire year. So that's fun. Badly need a railway here. I'm just going to keep building things, so then we just keep importing slaves. I can't put slaves in this one now, so I need to just keep on importing. Can I use slaves with logging camp? Because I'll import a bunch of slaves. Having said that, that would provide fertilizers. Let's get one of these. Okay, we need religious schools, so we're going to need the church in government. Oh, did you see that? Be fruitful and multiply. That's excellent. So because they're loyal, we get another... plus 2% birth rate. We need population. Lads, we're not going to be doing anything for the next 50 years. We just need to build up our power base and wait for railways. That was a lot of things that just happened there. Okay. I think every single thing possible just triggered. Okay. 58%, 10% chance. Force the issue through. Member influx into the... There you go. Immediately. All right. So now we have the education. I would want the intelligentsia to be loyal because then they get plus 25% migration attraction. So what laws do you want? Okay, understandable. I sworn that you produce fertile and intensive agriculture, and then I can do it. Yeah, makes sense. Cool. Time more cotton plantations. Our population is about to hit 100,000. Population growth is not great. Hopefully attracting more. Can we, like, instead of child labor allowed, can we have it full? Just got to be sure that you guys don't want to kill me. Market access at 51%. Like I said, the railway going to be great for us. It's going to do wonderful things. 64 out of 5,000. Like I said, I'm just going to ignore the infrastructure and just keep building. Hope that attracts more people. Sparsely populated. Propagandists, that'll help you. Well, we're more attractive than Texas, though I suppose most places are. Where are we getting immigrants? I don't think we are. Industrious, petty bourgeoisie, and trade union. Okay, Indian first. Also the petty bourgeoisie. I think they're our best shot. Everyone's loyal, though. That's nice. Oh, wow. Look at this. There used to be laborers in the cotton plantations. Imagine that's not been too kind on you. Yeah. So I have to just sort of split everyone up. Ooh, more education. That's perfect. Go intensive grazing. I think we're lacking grain and food stuff. So I'm going to import it, even though he seems to be rising well. Tells me I need to be doing a Moroccan GDP check. 1.89. Tunis, come on, why'd your economy collapse? Okay, that's bad. That's bad. So the US will occasionally do this fun thing where they try and kill you. So every time you see this, when they damage our mutual relations, you need to make sure you get ready to improve them the second that you can. Education investment has increased to 2. Wonderful. How do I get these lands in government? From 1.9%. You're happy. If I bring you into government, you become loyal, right? Oh, you want me to ban slavery? Chief, that is our entire economy. Can I ban it later? I actually never changed this stuff. Right, I meant to do that and then switch you over to this to create fertilizer. We'll then fund our... So enact poor laws. What do they do? Sure, we'll do welfare payments. Can I just... I was about to say, can I pay people to turn up in my state? But I'm pretty sure we're doing that with the slavery, just without their consent. I mean, they'll be freed one day. Not if my economy doesn't... Okay, I don't want to make promises I can't keep. Why are you damaging our relations, man? Don't want help? You know what? Screw it. I don't want your good relation. Mexicans gave in. Okay, 2 more of those and then things start to get real dicey for us. So what percentage of our population is like 32,000? Yeah, okay, these poor laws aren't working. They only had like a 1% chance to begin with. Oh, let's give that a shot. Railways badly. Population is so low, like a bad case of the flu is going to halve it. GDP's been going up though. That's nice. Nice, okay, we got it. Help our standard of living. This would make the rural folk loyal. It should keep the landowners loyal, but make the rural folk loyal and also the intelligentsia loyal. Okay. Ah, cool. It shows you the different government options. Nice. Did not know that was a thing. Still only 12.4%. Because bear in mind they're coming from within our market. So now the others aren't just marginalized, they just don't exist. 5 months left on this, and then we can go for railways after 35 months, which hopefully will sort out our access to market. Ugh, that sucks. That means they're not going to be loyal anymore. Oh, they are, barely. There's atmospheric engine. Bear in mind, even if I were to build an army, I don't have the people for it. I need a really solid populace first, then free the slaves. There is another thing that can happen, which is the US could, in theory, have the Civil War. That might set me free. I'm not sure. Because there's also a thing, I don't know if they fixed it yet, where you can't target a nation that's experiencing a civil war. And the US civil war is a bit different insofar as it can just end, whereas most of them will sort of duke it out to the death. Less than 5% pops in Indian territory. All right. I don't think that's declining anytime soon. Enact slavery ban. Who supports that? I just need more industrialists. I think it's 5%, and then you become an actual interest group. And then hopefully we can start getting some things going in terms of immigration. We have 200,000 people now. Population growth isn't great. Christ, they are 1 away from killing. Actually, they can kill me, and no one else has an interest here. Oh no, they're less than amicable. Nice. Yeah, well, push it a little bit. Get it to cordial. And then he can't kill me. There we go. Rail transportation. Perfect. We are going to need engines. Can't build engines now, can we? Come on, I'm not ready to fight you just yet, buddy. Mexico, I need you to actually get some generals going. I don't know what it is with this insistence to not have, like, both sides. No one has any generals here. This front will not move. No way actually it happens. He's fifth. Return New Mexico. Abandon the people of Mexican Colorado. Standard of living is now 28th worldwide. Not terrible. Stonewall is also, I was about to say it's declining, but it's sort of pretty stable. Infrastructure of -14. I think I can get rail transportation. Grade this stuff because I might as well. If I get rail transportation, it would make the railways more useful. Well, I don't have any mines, so I don't know how they're dying in mines. 7% birth rate, it's not too bad. Plus 20% mortality of slaves. Yeah, I kind of don't want that. Dead slaves. Oh god, I was about to say a horrible thing. Dead slaves can't work. The railway is actually providing us with the infrastructure that we desperately need. So our GDP should, yep, there it is, skyrocket. And our standard of living goes up. Okay, now we should start to be able to support a larger population. I don't subsidize it. Cotton plantations and decrease the amount of laborers we need. Same thing here. I want to make things more efficient. I don't think I can do it. This is too big of a logging. Really? You produce 65. It's going to be automatically sold, isn't it? To just realize I've not been building anything. Anything that can reduce the amount of workers. Number 3. Standard of living worldwide. Okay, industrialists can go into government now. It's gonna suck. We do need landed voting is not working. This could make things go kaboom. I can't enact laws. Yeah, they're not popular enough. I can't enact anything I really want to enact. We don't personally make any engines, unfortunately. I guess I could change that. Oh, the US has now decided to Improve relations with us. Demand. There's no way I could get it done. I'm just gonna need to sit here for the next another 30 years. This is the longest con of all time. Don't expel diplomats. Glad I caught that. Oh, we've changed our place that we're importing slaves from. 70, 80,000 slaves. A good 35% of our population is slaves. They make up the biggest single work demographic. Gone up to number 2 in the world. Standard living. United Tribes seem to be the first. I think they're in New Zealand. Why is standard living so good here? I mean, you're in New Zealand, to be fair, but there's nothing here. We've got 1 arts academy. And gold. Okay, yeah, makes sense. And wheat. So basically, you just sit there, you farm your wheat, you go to the art academy, and you spend your gold. That doesn't sound like a bad life. I'm not gonna lie to you, lads. You're definitely. I really hope you'd do something because I need you to be strong. But unfortunately, you have, once again, there are no generals anywhere to be seen. Ah, there we go. They figured I had to get them out of here. Oh, great. Now I'm occupied by the US, which still counts as occupation. So, the devastation. And we just don't fight on this front anymore, huh? So we're just occupied by everyone. Again, we are occupied. I just wanted to sit by standard of living. Why am I occupied? Let's see. Once he kicks the... Okay, my devastation's going down. I still hate this flag. I think there was so much more of a cool way to do it. I think if they like slowly revealed the flag over the nation, that would be a lot cooler than just like lots of repeating flags. I think a coal mine going. Again, I could put slaves. Start to move towards egalitarianism. I feel like central archives are modern sewerage. Now let's go to the institution, get even more education. God, how many fronts are there that no one's moving on? Why can't we put slaves in the factories? This is not a good day for like sound bites for me. Dude, the Clips channel is gonna have field day. External is gonna love this one. What? What do you? What? I was just killed? What do you... Okay, that's clearly a glitch with the game. Like, so obviously. I'm playing and releasing as this lot. We've gained some extra territory, apparently. But I'm sorry, that is absolute filth. Revenue suddenly go up. I've released myself as a protectorate. Nice, okay. Well, I was hoping to fight Mexico, but that's not gonna happen anymore. What the hell is that about? Well, we got a bunch of tech. Oh my God. That, like, I feel fine about switching there, because, like, come on. Okay, what are our politics? Okay, so we have colonialism, interventionism, per capita taxation, no migration controls. I mean, that's the strat, isn't it? We got everything we needed to get. Okay, then. Get ourselves a construction sector. Oh my God. So I think what happened there was that because the Mexicans pushed into my land, the Americans took it back. The war goal was to take this territory, and so they just took it. Which doesn't make any sense considering I was fighting, you know, on the same side as them. But apparently we finished the path to liberalism. Oh God, we banned slavery. That had that much of an impact on our... Yeah. We have no employees now. To be fair, calling them employees. No one wants slavery back. Well, US has banned slavery, and it didn't trigger a war. Okay. Strict child labor. Primary school. Let's do that. Well, at least people are migrating here, I suppose. Use these decrees. We're going to use the greener grass. Our GDP coming from fabric still. So mad about that. I want to get rid of colonialism because I'm not going to use it. And this as well. Then I can have 2 more levels of... Go straight multiculturalism. Fair and equal society. Went from slavery to that real quick. Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what I need. Brilliant. I mean, our population has kind of boomed. Occasionally have unemployed people. GDP's leveled off, though we are extremely attractive to migrate. Like 1,000 a week, which is about what? 50 to 60,000 roughly a year. So our population is increasing by about almost 10%. Yeah, about 10%. Get a lot of immigrants. Our population is now 1.5 million. GDP's been going up steadily. It's now number 33 worldwide, which is not too bad considering, you know, what we're currently in. But more importantly, we're still number 2, but behind Krakow. Krakow's standard of living apparently ridiculously high. Do a quick Moroccan GDP check. Damn! Oh! Goodness, why are you gonna embarrass me like that? Dude, look at that Moroccan GDP. Jesus. Fair play, lads. French number 1 yet. The hell? The Russians have a good GDP? Huh. And the Prussians have been doing all right, and they've not actually like conquered too much. Usually, I'm used to France being number 1. Did they nerf France too hard? Okay, we got a new kid on the block when it comes to GDP. Austria. Jesus. To improve relations with you, huh? Key part is when we fight the Americans, we need to take Texas so we have a port. Troops are good, but hey, we got number 1 worldwide. Standard of living, perfect. We're 15th GDP per capita. Austria's. We're number 7 in the world in terms of education. Who's better than Austria? Wait, that's GDP? Okay. Belgium, Bavaria, Saxony. So one of the benefits of being a protector rather than a puppet is that I can create my own alliances, which means I am now allied to the Austrians. I had to give up an obligation to them, but that's fine. I just need to work on an army that's enough to defend it. Iron, that's going to be the issue. I'm not going to have any iron. With everything else set up, iron and steel is going to be the rough. I'm going to switch out my governing party completely to the Conservatives. And hear me out here. I could instead... Why can't I get involved? I think it's because the Austrians are involved. Standard of living seems to have collapsed. Sorry, I'm generally shifting my society gradually over more and more to war. Still a GDP of 8.9 million. Pretty happy with that, and a population of 2 million. Yeah, I don't think you're winning that one. Urbanized ourselves. Wish these cities like got bigger. I think they do, because it was yeah, actually definitely does get bigger, because it was a little rump state. All I've ever wanted in a Paradox game was like, if you've ever played Anno or anything else like that, you can kind of see impact, right? You can like see go into your city, and I should stream some of those. It'd be cool to just like have an option. Obviously it's down there like impossible because it's not really worth, but if you could just go in and see that statue and like look around the streets, I think it would create so much just more immersion in the game just immediately. Oh, Afro-American uprising. Well, that's an unhappy sign of things to come. We said that no mobilization on the part of the Americans, like dropping. I don't know why. And there go the communist Africans. Social taxation, wonderful. And Russia is over here. Russia's having a bit of a rough time. 80%. Yeah, America's also having a bit of social issues as well. Well. Looks like the United States has declared bankruptcy like a year or two ago. So I gotta go now to maximize. I gotta go now. I have found that nations are way more unstable in this. I mean, look at the French. The Austrians, in the meantime, have done very well indeed. I do like the changes they've made because it feels a bit more dynamic each game, but a lot of them don't make sense. Like, why would the US go bankrupt? Our economy is about to kill itself. I've activated 53 conscripts as well. Expert defensive strategist. One. There's the one front. But we're not gonna have any steel. We need more arms and desperate. Thanks for helping us out there, Austria. Appreciate it, mate. I might have to defer to a reload hit. Well, he only has 18 units. I got to get to the coast. Okay, so war gets declared. That should cripple my industry. Where am I getting the iron from? It's after the war that I get separated from the market. So for right now, we're not fine per se. We do have 114 defense. They got more lads coming, but I need to wait until the 55 get here. Fortunately, over time, no, it's only 7% penalty. Could go down this as I get more. We are gonna need a couple more. Electricity, really? Oh, great. Jack the Rip. All right, industries are starting to collapse, boys. Barracks are now fully satisfied. Building 2 more anyway, and I'm subsidizing them just in case. He's putting more troops here. Because the issue is, the second it splits into 2 fronts, I'm dead. So I kind of want to whittle him down from now to the point where he would accept a white peace, just in case I need to do that. To be fair, the longer this goes on, the worse it's going to get. I thought it was the mod that was the reason people were like declaring bankruptcy in that last Ming video, but I don't know that it is. It might be this new patch. Oh, he's in bankruptcy, so he'll automatically take a piece. Interesting. So I can get out for Texas right now. All right, let's see what we can do pushing out. We have no right to win that. We're killing roughly the same amount. That's insane. We'll hold on to what we got now. Honestly, I think I'll take Texas and go. Minus 25. Minus 25. Not getting any lower. If he pushes me back, I'll leave. He's adding more troops into the mix. I don't know. I'm like defensively, this guy's insane, so it doesn't matter how many we're killing and wounded. That's 20,000 troops wounded in that one battle. Cost us more money than it's cost him because I've had to mobilize everyone. We might win this because of morale damage. We'll hold on to everything that we take. It's just taking it's the issue. Or in some cases, it's not. I had a choice between Oklahoma and Indian Territory, bro. It's the same thing. About to expand it to Texas, like 20,000 wounded. Yeah, he's got 206,000 wounded right now. And a lot of those from battle, which is rare because usually it's attrition. Not breaking through anymore. We can't do this forever. It's just I have to consider what I'm going to do after this war. Let me get more agriculture going now, because we're going to need it. We're part of the American offense is down to 80 now, but it looks like poor visibility is the reason. Still trying to pin down those murders at the same time. I think we've got slightly more pressing matters, you know, the battle for our sovereign soil. Now getting to the point where they'll just give us everything. I'd say we're at the point where we're going to have to accept a lesser peace, but we're going to go ahead and reload that one. Yeah, see, white peace. There we go. No, I'm not accepting white peace. Oh, okay, so I'll actually accept that. I need to conquer Arkansas and Mississippi. That's not happening. Really need Mississippi. We'll do that. Okay, so we've taken a bunch of territory. That's a lot of subsidies. So, we have input good shortages of everything. Let's try and sort this out. Okay, we are going to now try and make friends with the Americans. Don't need protectionism. I need free trade. Okay. If US embargoes me, my economy's dead. That is very evident. Okay, I need a very small window before I go bankrupt. It's shortage of literally everything. Okay, lower that down. Okay, I need to regress my economy a bit. Steel, tool, hardwood. What are tools suffer? Importing American steel. Oh, I hate having to do this. Sugar, explosives, less important. So what do I need? I need the basic. We're not getting any dyes, so you're gonna have to do it without dyes. Tools, we're not getting. Okay, we don't have any steel, so we're gonna have to regress you as well. Fish, so the canneries need to regress as well. Okay, what's wrong with you? Tool. He else is kind of managing. I don't know what the hell's up with you guys. Rid of all of that. We need to also cut government spending and military spending. GDP's collapsing. Okay, we are starting to get a hold of things though. We need sugar. Okay, I can still get. She'll start to produce sugars. And you producing sugars not one. wine. Steel's kind of getting produced. Don't have any sugar. That's fine. Glassworks are doing okay. Doing fine. You're doing fine. You're doing fine. Coal. You use explosives. Subsidies. Diplomatic pact. Ah, I'm paying war reparations to the US. Okay, that was a mistake. Construction. I realized taxes is pretty bad. We'll be able to get out of this tailspin and build the economy from the ground up. Oh, we've discovered oil. All right, and that's the economy somewhat fixed. We just need iron bad. Well, what I can do is declare an interest somewhere where there's iron. Who has iron? France. France will have iron. Especially the Austrians. Yeah, why would we not do that? Weren't we allied to you? What happened to that? Yeah, we're still allied. Why can't I use your market? Jesus, you have a customs union with Spain as well? What the hell, Austria? Man's GDP's gone insane. Meanwhile, the British one has just nosedived. What the hell? Did you have a similar situation to me? Did you declare independence from the US? Arapaho did, though. Oh, good job, boys. That I can import dye. What I can do is build my own. Okay. So why don't I have access to this market? Can't trade overseas since your market capital has no access to a coast. But you have a port, right? Oh my god, Jack the Ripper's still, the Tulsa Ripper's still alive. How? Oh my god, we don't have any port. Okay, well that explains quite a bit. You want universal suffrage? You can absolutely have. That's a journey of GDP right there. Oh, so we have a 95% literacy rate. How long has Jack the Ripper been around? Okay, so you want me to preserve it? I can't do that. Now I need to somehow appease the industry. You want poor laws? Wait. Okay, we're good. So now port's been done. If I do this, you're going to add 400 convoy. Go over to the shipyards, and you lot make steamships. Slowly getting our act together, boys. He's been around for literally decades at this point, this Ripper dude. Tailspin. Turns out we just needed a port. I just assumed Texas would have a port. Since then, things have been fine. Well, not really fine. We still need iron. Electric sewing mills. GDP has really recovered since then. God, he's killed more people. Can't believe all we needed was a port. It's obvious in hindsight, but I was like really struggling. Dude, I had the game paused for so long. I was poring over. I even started writing down notes because that's apparently how I play Victoria 3 nowadays. I write down notes. I was like, why isn't this working? Why can't I get the things that I need? Yeah, it just turns out I just needed a port. People don't complain about the difference in living standards between us and our neighbors. They're bankrupt. So I get a lot of questions, which is why like people ask me, well, what happens when there's an input shortage? And they panic, right? Because they see all these and they're like, oh my god, my nation's about to collapse. It's not, usually. Usually it's only a mild penalty, like 14%. So these things have a 14% output reduction, which really not that big of a deal. Dude, he's been here for so long. Look at that. He's been here for 12 years, if you look at that. More than that. About 30 years he's been at large. Okay, now this is a bit more of a significant issue when you see everything. So sulfur, I'm fixing that. Hardwood, I'm fixing that. Usually I just like would gloss over this because a lot of people skip this part of the video. They don't really care about how I fix economies. They just want to see the result. But for those of you who are curious, I will take you through it. So I'm lacking in hardwood. And I have this place as my sort of hardwood location. I need to basically make this place a bit better just by having more of them, pretty much, to lower the price of hardwood such that things like the arms industry or this industry here will be better, pretty much. So if this is cheaper, if all your inputs are cheaper, because you got to remember there are wages as well, right? So as I have worker protections, I have to pay my people more wages, which means that it's going to be overall less profitable, right? However, those people will also pay taxes. So it is a bit of a give and take on that front. So you have to look at all the inputs. If you remember, I started the game with slavery. Don't have to pay slaves that much. And that was because I didn't actually need any money from taxation. I just needed people in the field, pretty much. And that's kind of how you want to transition away, because then later on, if you get people with higher wages, especially if they're paid by guys like capitalists, then they will pay you higher tax in general. And you can use that a bit more effectively. Glass as well. I'm not actually doing anything with glass. Spiking my electricity because I'm going to use that later. All right, we've mechanized farming. All right, and so now a little bit down the line, you can see that I've solved a lot of these input issues. Still have an issue with hardwood. The Russians have a bunch of... Apparently my interest in Austria is no longer valid. I do one here. Look at that. Look at that interest. It's perfect because it hits the German, Prussian, and also Austrian markets. Okay, there's a revolution if I don't do wage subsidies. Drop tax. Sardinia. No, I'm not becoming your protectorate. You're literally a subject of Austria. Fertilizer, expensive. What do about that? Well, I can create them over here though. Well, I don't really need as many explosives, so I'm gonna switch you over to, and lo and behold, we have no input shortages. It just takes a little bit of time. Okay. Prussia's damaging relations for no reason. I need a lot of tools and a lot of clothes. I'm just gonna quickly ruin my economy real quick because I want to go fight the Mexicans. He's fearful of me. Okay, you've offered an obligation, but I can offer you a Nora treaty port. And that means he isn't siding with anyone. Doesn't make any sense because I offered him a treaty port. And the only way he gets that port is via, you know, participating in the war. Oh. Nope, you back down. Wonderful. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we will leave it for today because ultimately I think I've achieved my aim. I would From here, bully the hell out of the Mexicans. We have a good enough industrial base and a hell of an educated populace to be able to take the fight now to the Americans directly through superior technology. So I'd get a bunch of universities because we have really, really good base innovation, and get to probably the next tech over here, as well as all these other ones. Yeah, and just bully the Americans. It might seem that they're a bigger state than I am with their 100 million GDP. And 160 battalions, but honestly, it's not that. Also, I've been playing this game for about 4 or 5 hours now, and I need to go to bed. I've been up for the last 25 hours. This had to get done, otherwise I wouldn't have an upload for today. But now I'm going to go to bed. Thank you very much. My words are failing me. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Please do make sure to like and subscribe. We're trying to hit 140,000 subscribers by the end of the month. And also year, day, I don't know. Good night, lads. Goodbye. Huge shout out to our patrons, most notably Charlie Demerel, Crilly, Flyerton, JDow52, Cargon, Sjalmi, Lewis Wright, Nicole's Christ, QA Shard, Redguard, and ShadowSinger. Your support means a lot, guys. Whilst you're here, you might as well click on another video. I mean, it's literally right there.